Hello everyone! Welcome to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video! Firstly, I will break down the hint for the new characters. So, I initially thought this was actually referring to Piccolo's Hell Zone Grenade, but this is not the case, because if you count up all the dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You get, as I just said, 16 dots, and the character is Dokkan Festival Android 16. So, without further ado, let's get into the animations, the kit, and overall thoughts about him and the side ultra rares. So, with that being said, before I do, consider liking, consider subscribing, and with that out of the way, let's get straight into the animation! Alright everyone, we have an Android 17 from Dragon Ball Super as the side ultra rare, debuting along with Dokkan Festival and Android 16, who has an absolutely crisp intro animation. They're really doing a fantastic job making these animations attuned to the art styles of the original series that they are from. Absolutely incredible looking animations and incredible looking sprite motion right there from Android 16 as we go ahead and get into the Unit Super featuring 17 and 18 as well. Very, very, very nice, crisp Unit Super right there from the trio. And of course, what's a unit without an active skill? Hell's a Flash! Yeah! And of course, the hint was referring to all the holes in the ground. But of course, what's a unit without a very fantastic KO screen? Honestly, animations-wise, they look pretty nice. If I am being real and honest, they definitely have the crispness of Dokkan's animation quality. I definitely think they did a fantastic, wonderful job with representing all of their animations in the art style that they were from. It's definitely interesting to see a Dragon Ball Super Android 17 debut alongside a Cell Saga 16, but we absolutely take both of them as sort of a cool down Dokkan Festival, as y'all, it's no secret that I do not have the Dragon Stones to summon on these characters, and I definitely would go ahead and probably say skip for me personally. Ever since Anniversary is just looming in the back of my mind, I don't want to let that thought die, so I just want to go ahead and make the smart move of saving as much as I can to try to get as much of the 11th anniversary units as I can, because we are, synced together. I finally have to start really worrying about that, really getting into the cycle of the new schedule. But with that being said, I'll go ahead and have some more thoughts about this later in a second. I'll just go ahead and get on into the kit right now. Alright everyone, getting into lightning fast Test of Strength Super STR Android 17 with the basic leader skill of Worthy Rivals, Defenders of Justice, Key 3, HP attack, defense 130. I always say they need to raise that for side ultra rares. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. It's just going to be what it is, unfortunately. His basic effects of knowledge gained through missions. Key 3, an attack defense 170, medium chance to dodge, damage reduction rate 30%, randomly changes key speeds of a certain type to rainbow. Androids, allies, attack defense 70%. Per Defenders of Justice or Android's ally on the team, depending on which has more members. Chance of dodging and damage reduction rate 10%, up to 40%. So with his full team of 4 Defenders of Justice or Android's allies, he gets a 70% chance to dodge and 70% damage reduction. Very, very good for a support character when there's another Defenders of Justice or Android's ally on the team. Attack 170 launches an additional super attack. Foresees enemy super attack when HP is 70% or more. One time evades enemy's attack as the first attack on the turn, so guaranteed dodge. Very, very good. When attacking, attack and defense 170. For every attack received or evaded, attack 50 up to 200. Chance of performing a critical hit 20% up to 100. He definitely seems like he's going to be a very, very good support card. I like how he's designed. This is how you want side ultra rares to be designed. You want them to have a great support supporting the main Dokkan festival, so I absolutely appreciate that. Link's set Android Assault Twin Terrors Infinite Energy Patrol solid support shocking speed and fierce battle with the categories Worthy Rivals, Defender of Justice, Universe Survival Saga, Android Siblings, Bomb, Battle of Wits, and Superheroes. Normally I would say is definitely a little bit of a category deficit here. However, me personally, I would say that since he is such a hyper-specific support anyway, you're going to want to run him on Defenders of Justice or Androids anyway. It's not too big of a deal. He does what he is supposed to do for these teams. He absolutely seemed like one of the crazier support characters in the game. I absolutely like what he is doing. Finishing off with a super attack effect, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes supreme damage to enemy, raises the allies' attack and defense by 17% for 2 turns, so further support on the super attack. Absolutely massive. Love that design. Love it. Getting into Android 16's response to emergencies, he is Extreme AGL with the leader skill of Androids, Uncontrollable Power, category Key 3, HP 200, and attack defense 170, plus an additional HP attack defense 50% for Androids, Cell Saga, Mission Execution, or Artificial Life Forms. Passive skill of Androids, Unique Power, activates entrance animation when there's an Android's ally, guards all attacks permanently, and all allies defense 16% permanently. Basic effects, Key 3 and attack and defense 260, all allies defense 60, Androids are Uncontrollable Power category, allies attack 60. So he is also supporting pretty well when attacking, attack 260, when receiving an attack, defense 160, so a lot of 16s and 6s in here. As the first attack on the turn, damage reduction rate 60%, launches an additional attack, and there's a great chance of becoming a super attack. All allies defense 30, plus an initial attack 30 for characters who belong to the Androids or Uncontrollable Power category within the turn after receiving an attack. As a second or third attacker, defense 160 launches an additional super when attacking. As a third attacker, attack 160 performs a crit when attacking. When there is a Goku, enemy, or Cell, or starting from the 5th turn, attack 160. One time, attack 160 when attacking as the third attacker in the turn. And furthermore, his active skill, Hell's Flash, can be activated when there's an enemy whose name includes Goku or Cell, or starting from the 5th turn to start battle. Massively raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage, and disables enemies' action once within the turn. Here's the Link set, Android Assault, Mechanical Menaces, Gentleman, Tough as Nails, Infinite Energy, Solid Support, and Fierce Battle. So let's get into these super attack, but before I do, categories: Android's Uncontrollable Power, Android Cell Saga, Mission Execution, Artificial Life Forms, Target Goku, and Saviors. Of course, him and the Android 17 both want to be on the Android team, with the Android 17 having further leniency for Defenders of Justice, and Android 16 having further leniency towards Uncontrollable Power. with his category Android, Uncool Power, Android Cell Saga, Mission Execution, Artificial Life Forms, Target Goku and Saviors, and Super Attacks. Rocket Punch, greatly raises attack and defense for 4 turns and causes immense damage to the enemy. Physical conditions for his super attack on the unit. Activated when there's an ally whose name includes Android 17 or 18 attacking in the same turn. And that effect has greatly raised attack and defense for 4 turns and immense. And raises allies' defense by 50% for 2 turns. Self-excluded. Okay, he definitely seems like an interesting character here. I'm not saying he's bad. He definitely just seems like a character in the game. It's nothing like insanely crazy that I'm seeing here. He just seems like he definitely could be a solid character for content, especially that 17 on that team is definitely going to be able to handle these quick, because bosses are just not they're just merciless nowadays. They just have no mercy on you. They're just going to boom, 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 good boom, good night, you're done. Turn 1, you just finished. So actually, I definitely even say that the 17 looks saucier on his actual conditions because of all that damage reduction, and if that fails, you have just dodge. So that's definitely going to be very, very, very impactful support. And as well, the 16 himself is providing support. There's definitely a very filled out team for, you know, we had a Cell this year. We had a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan this year. You know, we have a lot of these characters that are on these categories, on these skills on Android Cell Saga as well. So that's going to be very, 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 very nice to go ahead and see. But I definitely am not going to be going for this myself, just because I don't even have 200 Dragon Stones to my name, number 1. But even if I had, let's say, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 stones to my name, like I have been, I still wouldn't go ahead and summon for this, just because, like I said, Anniversary is so close. That's number 1. If this is your jam, if this is your thing, remember, I'm not stopping you. If you're like the biggest 16 fan, just go ahead and pull for it. He's not bad. I'm not saying he looks bad. Especially that 17. He looks awesome. He definitely looks like an insane support for the team. But he's not, like, necessary. He's not like, oh, I absolutely must have this guy. Oh, I definitely need him. Oh my gosh, he's, like, super crazy, insane, going to absolutely blow everything up like Goma. Oh my gosh, Goma! Who I absolutely want for Legends, man. I just... Yeah, if Daima has taken 1 or 2 W's over Dokkan, I definitely would say it's Goma. I definitely would say Mini Goku's up there, and I would definitely say the Tamagami number 3 fight is up there as our massive W's for Daima, for sure. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh freaking yeah, you know. Finally, after we get, you know, absolutely gypped on this, and yes, that does mean that the red zone, for the Tamagamis is just going to be the Tamagamis. Yes. That's what I predicted. I actually did predict this. You can go back and see me saying, oh yeah, I actually think the red zone might actually just be the Tamagamis. Like, it might just be the Tamagamis. They might actually not do Goma, might not do Duanku, you know. It might just be the Tamagamis, which is actually going to be the case. That's shocking. That's a short red zone. It is. A 3-stage red zone. It's a short red zone. That's a really short red zone. Oh yeah, that's a short red zone. I can't wait to see what the reward for that red zone is going to be. That would be a good Diamond support member. Gonna love to see that. But yeah, no, I definitely have a little bit of catching up to do on content, just because of, you know, it's just tough. It's tough. It's definitely tough. And I've definitely been summoning a lot of characters. We've had the Black Friday stuff. We've had the end of the year stuff for all of these games as well. So I'm definitely very excited and happy about that, you know. I had to make some tough choices, though, for all these games. I mean, obviously, you know, me going, like, all in, quote-unquote, for Super Gogeta over Janemba wasn't really that tough of a decision, in my opinion. Now I'm just waiting for part 2, because I don't really summon an Ultras. That's not tough, you know, and that's not tough. I've had to make a couple of tough choices for Dokkan, though, for sure, you know, what to skip, what to not skip, because, you know, stones are becoming a little scarce in this economy, and inflation's really hitting now. Not just even as a free-to-play player, inflation's is hitting. And, of course, Banner Parade has literally had, like, 6 freaking anniversary level celebrations. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, 6-7, 6-7. It's at 6-7. It's at, oh, 16-17. Let's go! Oh my gosh. Save me from this hell's flash. Save me. Oh my gosh, I'm so childish. And no, in all seriousness, I'm not going to be able to pass floor 6-7 because of the fact that I'm giving up Todo for Miguel because I don't think Miguel is going to return, and it's like, you know, I don't want to go back in just for necessarily Miguel. I would rather, you know, I'm like, it's like, okay, I finished off the JJK0 bloodline right here, right? I finished it off. Just how, you know, I finished off the 0.5 anniversary stuff, finished off the first anniversary stuff, finished off the half anniversary stuff. Barely, I love that. You know, we love all those kind of stuff. Now, I just really have to focus on when second anniversary will honestly rerun. Honestly. It's just been so fast. That's like, you know, I would have a better chance summoning for that and the 2.5 anniversary stuff when it goes ahead and reruns. Man, it's just crazy. It's crazy. But I will say, definitely summon for what you want nowadays. If you go ahead and want it for the collection purposes, that's fine. I definitely appreciate collection purposes. I'm not saying don't do collection purposes. This is my PSA for the video. This is my PSA. I actually, for like Legends, I summon for collection purposes most of the time. There's a couple times where I'm like, oh yeah, I want this character to fight with, I want this team to fight with, but usually I make a team and I stick with it. I definitely summon now for collection purposes. For even card games, I pull for collection purposes. I try to get those for, like, I have this one team Vegapunk, and I just do everything else. For Banner Parade, I usually pull for the limited collection purposes. I go after the limited since they're the most hard to collect. You know, obviously because you can't summon them from any other banner besides their own banner. Obviously, I'm gonna go for them. Same with things like Legends Limited, same with things like these anniversary characters, all these other crazy things you definitely want to have and need. Now, but you can summon for your own collection reasons, like, okay, just do it. But yeah, that's my train of thought. That's how I'm gonna say. Definitely say for Anniversary, this is all these games, although it's definitely going to be a little bit easier for Dokkan since it's actually spread out. We have our Japan Anniversary on January, February, and we have the Global Anniversary on July, August. You know, oh my gosh, just such a good time slot, man. Such a freaking good time slot. I love it. I was like, man, Global Anniversary, wow, it's just like, oh, it's so tough out here, you know? It's so tough. It had a good time slot. It did. And a really good time slot. I'm like, I really don't want that summer, you know, the heat of summer time slots to be wasted. And they're like, bet, gotcha. We're going to go ahead and put this in the summer time slot, you know, having our anniversary being at the start of the year. I definitely like that. It definitely feels like it's a complete calendar year instead of like stuff like, you know, the One Piece game, card game having its anniversary in August. Legends having its anniversary in July, although we love the summer anniversaries, guys. We love it, we love it, we love it, we love it. We love summer anniversaries. Especially for the target audience. You have to think about that. People in school, what are they gonna love? Yeah, the anniversary being in summer! So absolutely gonna love it. Yeah, no, absolute peak. Absolute cinema. Of course, right now, we're approaching Black Friday and all that kind of stuff. But let me know what y'all think about this Dokkan Festival, and I'll get into my final thoughts. All right, everyone. With that being said, hopefully y'all enjoyed this very insightful Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, as the campaigns for both the 40th anniversary of Dragon Ball itself, manga characters, and the campaign for Dragon Ball Daima will be wrapping up on this game for this sort of quiet celebration with Android 16. Don't get me wrong, Android 16 definitely did deserve this Dokkan Festival and absolute aura of a battle motion, but I think we can all agree that this is going to be something that most can comfortably think about skipping, even though the animations are quite good, even though the quality is definitely there. I think that this is going to be a skip for most people. What do y'all think? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, you know, how these games have been going for you. I've been trying to Black Flash that lot, especially since the anniversary part 2 for 11th lines up, you know, pretty closely to my birthday, so I'm going to be pretty hype about that, and of course the rest of the year. Let me know what y'all think about the holidays, you know, all that kind of good stuff. Okay, that is all for this Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. I definitely think this has been a very interesting year for Dokkan overall. Very wacky-packy. Hopefully we can get a little bit more consistency on next year. But overall, I'd say it was like a B. You know, I don't want to say it's overtly terrible. I don't want to lie like that and say, oh my gosh, it's so terrible, it's so bad. But yeah, no, I definitely feel like there was a lot of issues. I can't just, well, I'm going to sweep this under the rug and say the 10th year was a perfect year. Like, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I couldn't tell you what the perfect year was for Dokkan, or the best year, but it wasn't this one. I can tell you that. I can tell you that for free. It's not like I can, oh my gosh, like the 7th year for Legends is like easily the best year for the game. Easily the best year, easily the best anniversary. I can't say that for 10th. I cannot, in my right state of mind, say that for 10th. No, I can't. I absolutely can't. I actually could not say that. The Dokkan festivals were too tough, but the carnivals just put it down a level, to be honest. The consistency on those, it's like, yeah, I don't know if we would like that format, you know, ever again. You know, it was just too much. But let me know what y'all think down in the comments below, and hopefully you'll enjoy this Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video! Bye!